Hey babe, welcome back to my channel. I hope you and yours are doing so incredible today. If it's your first time being here, welcome. My name is Kiki. Please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can be informed whenever I upload a new video. Now on today's video, I will be sharing with you 5 phenomenal fragrances from luxury Arabic houses. Yes, these are brands that are known to have higher priced fragrances, and I tell you, they are worth every single penny. But listen, luxury is a state of mind. Please do not feel pressured to get any of these. These are just fragrances from my collection that I love and adore, and I literally can't swear by. Now, if you'd like to know what these fragrances are, why don't you get settled, get hydrated? Let's get into the video. Starting off with a bonus, I will begin with Swiss Arabian. Now, Swiss Arabian is not necessarily a luxury Arabic house, but they have recently introduced a line of more premium high-end fragrances called the Sawalef collection that was launched circa 2022-2023, and my favorite I'll recommend from that line is Scent of Seduction. This is one fragrance that without fail garners me so many compliments. This is literally what the name says, scent of seduction. It seduces the senses of anyone who smells this. This is an intoxicating blend of cotton candy with some very sweet, juicy fruits like raspberry and apricot. Think of this as your raspberry and apricot dipped in caramel with melted cotton candy, and then to add to the intensity of that combination, you have melted leather and then patchouli. The patchouli here smelling very earthy and dark chocolate-like. That is the combination. That's what you're getting in this fragrance. And I'm telling you, it literally seduces the senses. But what settles this fragrance for me, making it so addictive and the seductive factor here is really patchouli. I said to a friend recently that patchouli to me is the second most, would I say, sexiest fragrance note behind vanilla. And I stand to be corrected. There's something about patchouli in fragrances, especially when mixed with sweet notes, that just turns it into something very sensual, very seductive, for lack of better words. And you're getting that full bloom, that presence that is so appealing in Scent of Seduction as a fragrance. This right here, first of all, it's beast mode. It's a projection magnet. You don't have to spray too much to get this fragrance going. I get compliments all the time with this fragrance. It is just a masterpiece to me and for me. Now, it's a unisex fragrance. I can see men wearing this, women easily wearing this, of course, because of that extra sweetness. This is gorgeous. You can get this currently anywhere from $99 and above, but this one is worth it. It's worth having in your collection, especially if you love your sweet notes, your patchouli. This is a no-brainer. There hasn't been a person that have given a sample of this that doesn't love it. There's something about it that is so appealing, so seductive, very sensual. It is just a masterpiece, perfectly unisex. Men can easily wear this, women can easily wear this, but you want to wear it during the cooler periods. And so this is one that just, I don't know, it pulls people in. It's such an intoxicating scent. What's happening in your collection? Again, you gotta love your patchouli and your very sweet notes to really enjoy this one. So what a perfect way to start off this list. My bonus here is Sawalef's Scent of Seduction from Swiss Arabian. So number 5 is Navitus Parfum. You probably know them already. They are an amazing fragrance house based out of the UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, and they have been in business since 2019. They're known for their original creations as well as some collaborations they have done with some of our favorite fragrance influencers. Now, the fragrance of theirs I'm highlighting today is Ambrosia Imperial, which they did in collaboration with the phenomenal AI the Great. You know her. I love her. This fragrance is a 10 in my opinion. Now, if you're not aware, first of all, look at the gorgeousness of this bottle. I am obsessed with it, and the color of the juice as well just got me immediately. Matter of fact, should I say that this is a groundbreaking fragrance collaboration? Because correct me if I'm wrong here, AI was the first black woman who had a collaboration with Navitus Parfums, which to me, such a big deal, okay? Now, Ambrosia Imperial was released in 2023 and it has the same initials as AI, just fun fact. But anyway, this is a fragrance that made me fall head over heels in love with banana as a fragrance note in fragrances. And honestly, having smelled so many others, I always gravitate back to Ambrosia Imperial. This is an incredible creation. You're having banana with some whipped cream, some caramel, some rum, some of my favorite notes. Think of this as a banana ice cream with some infusion of rum in it and the sweetness of the caramel. Oh my goodness. I love to describe this as a grand gourmand. When you're thinking of a grand gourmand, this is one of those fragrances that just falls in there, meaning it's a sexy type of sweet fragrance that you can rock when you're at a certain age, right? It doesn't have that juvenile smell that maybe comes off a little bit tacky for an adult to wear. This is the gorgeousness that comes in with Ambrosia Imperial. This is a fragrance that the more it sits, the more it ages, the better it becomes, the stronger it performs. This is one that gets me compliments as well. It's been a staple for me since I got it in summer, but I tried it out recently. I'm like, wait a minute. Fall? Hello, this works absolutely. It's a fragrance that is so delicious. Look at how my mouth is watering. But my favorite part, amongst the other things, is it has the notes of dates. When you tell me you have notes of date in here, please show up. Do not deceive me. Oud Cadence, I'm talking to you. No, seriously. It's a fragrance that really shines through in terms of how the sweetness comes up. It doesn't shy away from being sweet, but at the same time, it is not overt in that sweetness. It's a gorgeous fragrance worth owning and having in your collection. I know it goes up to that 200 plus mark, thereabouts, but with some discounts, you can get it lower. This is a fragrance, if you are thinking of what to get from the house of Navitus Parfum, I'll immediately recommend this, especially if you're looking for something sweet and wearable. As a grown lady, this will be up your alley. It's a fantastic fragrance to have. Number 5, Ambrosia Imperial by the brand Navitus Parfum. Next is the House of Widian. They've been on the market since 2014, also based out of the UAE. My favorite fragrance from the house is Rose Arabia Almond. I mean, look at the color of this juice. This is enough to tell you that the materials, the ingredients used in this fragrance are so exquisite and premium quality, okay? Now, this is what it looks like up close. This is a gorgeous fragrance. I don't recall this being the color of the juice when I got it, but as it sat and aged, it's gotten so beautiful. Very dark, rich orange is what I like to call this. It is beautiful. Now, Rose Arabia Almond was released in 2019, and this smells like a woman who wants to be taken care of in the most beautiful way. You smell so soft, so dainty, so whimsical, very ethereal. That is the aura you possess while wearing this fragrance. And let me tell you, this is a beautiful fragrance to wear on date night, like on a first date or on your wedding night. There's something that just makes someone want to protect you while wearing Rose Arabia Almond. And I'm saying this because that is a compliment I've gotten while wearing this fragrance, okay? So I'm not trying to make this up. It smells so beautiful, so feminine, so pretty. That's how this fragrance smells. So this smells like a soft almond vanilla cake made with coconut milk. Yeah, it's so warm, creamy, sweet, and it is just something you want to. It's like it's melting in your mouth as you're eating it. Then you have some fluffy floral notes here that adds to the sweetness and the creaminess of the fragrance. So you have some tuberose, you have some honeysuckle, some orange blossom. The way these notes come together, I mean, the floral notes merged with the creaminess of the coconut milk and the cake-like nuance from the almond and vanilla. This right here, oh, it is so beautiful. That's the best way to describe this. I just imagine a woman wearing a flowy white dress, sitting on a garden. That is how you feel like and smell like and look like while wearing this fragrance. It's so gorgeous. This you can wear during the daytime, you can wear in the evening as well. But there's something about it, as the cold air hits you, it just flows. And this in the air smells so beautiful. Like literally, it's a beautiful fragrance. It's a pretty fragrance and one that I enjoy wearing and having in my collection. It is quite strong, so you also want to be careful with how you spray it. So if you're thinking of a fragrance from the house of Widian, premium luxury, think about Rose Arabia Almond. And next is Oman Luxury. This is a brand that I love because they don't shy away from being a niche fragrance house. So they're based out of Oman, of course. They have been on the market since 2012, but they had a relaunch in 2020. Now, my favorite from the house is Paramour. This fragrance is the definition of elegance, of class, from the perspective of an Arab oil magnate. Yep, they think differently when it comes to class and elegance. And look at this bottle. I mean, money well spent, in my opinion, is how this packaging is. And I love it so much. Gotta have this in your collection, for real, for real. Oman Luxury created a spectacular fragrance with Paramour. This is also your leather sweetness mixed together as a fragrance. But here, what separates this from Scent of Seduction, which I initially shared, is that it opens up fresh. You got some citrus notes like bergamot and grapefruit, and that's what is the separating factor. And I think a lot of men gravitate towards that opening. This is geared towards men, but ladies, we can rock it too. So Paramour has that fresh opening, but as it settles in, you're getting the sweetness from caramel, of course. You then have some warmth from vanilla and tonka bean. And then the leather here is not warm leather. It's a bit dry. I would tell you that. You're getting dry leather in this fragrance, but it works so well. Also, you're having something a little bit animalic, almost like civet. If you know how that note is, slightly fecal, but the sweetness from the caramel, the vanilla, just takes it away from being extra heavy, right? In that skankiness. This is one that has people stop me to get the name of the fragrance, but be warned. You don't want to do too much when you're wearing this fragrance. A few sprays or 2 sprays is all you need with Paramour as a fragrance, okay? You want to wear it to an open door event. That's the best time for this to shine through. If you're in a closed space, if you're going for a family dinner, do not wear this fragrance. It might be too much for you and those in that space, especially when the cool air hits it. Too much. Don't do that. But if you're going for a red carpet event, you know, an open door event, something like that, you would shine with this one. Now, it is geared towards men, like I mentioned, so you and your partner can easily wear this. And if you both are wearing it at the same time, you'll definitely be best smelling couple in that space. And that's a fact. This one was launched in 2020, also, I believe, during the relaunch, and it has been a staple in my collection since I've had it. Go easy in the sprays, I would say. And if you're looking for something amazing from Oman Luxury, not to be mistaken with Paramour 91, which they also have, but it's more oud heavy and woody, no sweetness, not that one. But if you're looking for something better, in my opinion, check out Paramour, the original, by Oman Luxury. Next is Arabian Oud, a brand based out of Saudi Arabia. They've been on the market since 2012, and I love that they have such a silent but loyal cult following. And I'll tell you, I'm an avid follower of the brand. Listen, as a last count, they had close to 250 fragrances, all premium quality, okay? My favorite from the house is Madawi. First of all, I've had this fragrance since 2020, before the shutdown. And this right here, look at the bottle. I hope my camera can focus. Not one dent on this bottle, not one scratch on this bottle. It looks as good as new, right? From the cap to the body, nothing at all. And I don't play about this fragrance. It has fallen, it has been thrown. I play with it like it is. Yeah, that's one thing I love about fragrances, when they pay attention to the quality control of their packaging, and Madawi takes the cake in that. But back to the fragrance, someone described this perfectly on Fragrantica as the epitome of luxury, and I couldn't agree more. Madawi is a fragrance that will have you smelling like you are part of royalty. This is a fragrance that makes you feel very regal, feel very luxurious, feel very special. That is how this fragrance smells. And I think what really stands out here is the merger of flowers with that blossom note, like pineapple blossom, apple blossom, even the peach. I think it's peach blossom. It is a fragrance that really blooms, that is sweet, that just shines through in a way that works, especially as a woman. You want to smell like this. You smell like a well put together woman. You smell like someone who just leads the pack. That is what this fragrance smells like. Oh my goodness. First of all, you're not going to smell like anybody. This smells like its own fragrance. And no, it doesn't smell like herba pura. This is a fragrance that has that peach. The peach is the star of this fragrance, as well as the pineapple blossom I mentioned here, which has a sweetness to it. Oh, you gotta smell this fragrance. It's that fruity floral that works year round. You will get compliments with Madawi. I can guarantee that. You will have a fragrance that lasts on your clothes all day with Madawi. I can guarantee that. You will smell so fantastic while wearing Madawi. I can guarantee that, because this was well concocted. They did not leave any stones unturned to ensure that you're getting quality fragrance at the cost that it's been sold at. This is just a special fragrance. Then you also have some patchouli here. I think that peach and the dry down of the patchouli is also something that adds to that seductive, regal vibe that you're getting from this fragrance. I seem to be mentioning a lot of patchouli here, but ladies, you gotta get in your patchouli bag. I'm telling you, it's a sexy, sensual fragrance. No, do not sleep on it. And depending on your body type, it may turn sweet, it may turn chocolatey, I mean dark, dry chocolatey. So fingers crossed. But anyway, this is a fragrance that is so sexy and regal. Smells so good. Gotta have this in your collection. The best fragrance, in my opinion, from the Arabian Oud house. This is Madawi. And finally, my favorite, not just Arab house, fragrance house, bar none, point blank period. This house just gets me. I get them, in love with them for life. I'm talking about Amouage. Amouage is based out of Oman, and it is a part of their heritage because it was created by the Sultan of Oman in 1983, and it has stayed with the monarchy since then. This is a fragrance house that is just incredible. Even their fragrances that I don't enjoy, I still consider them to be masterpieces. That's how good the brand is. And I love that they pride themselves in being an Arab house that is authentically Arab. Now, my favorite from the house is Overture. Yeah, this one was released in 2020, always gets sold out. It is one you have to have in your collection if you want to smell unique, different, sweet, boozy, and with some leather in there. This is your kind of fragrance, complex, but a compliment magnet, which is sort of rare in this community where you have a complex fragrance that people love. This is one of them. The bottle though, I love the color. I love how this is sort of transparent. You can see through it. It has a glazed type of shading, the packaging. I adore. Overture. You have something animalic in here in the midst of that sweet booziness. That shines here. Then you have a little bit of spiciness from myrrh, benzoin, nutmeg, cinnamon. That settles in. But the true players here is that sweet, juicy green apple with that dark aged rum and your leather that feels a bit dry. That is what you're getting in this fragrance, a combination of those notes. It's so sexy and seductive. Now, even though this is geared towards women, I believe I smelled this on a man before and he smelled like James Bond. Yeah, I know. Such an intriguing fragrance once you smell it. Compliment magnet for me. In fact, I attempted wearing this in summer. I got a compliment while wearing this. I would not recommend it for the heat though. This is a cold weather fragrance. Sweater weather. That is when you really want to wear Overture as a fragrance. This is potent. Amouage fragrances are beasts. I mean, incomparable, but this takes it up a notch. So you want to be very careful again with how you spray this fragrance. This will get people talking. I'll be honest though, when I got this first, I was disappointed. There's something a bit gasoline-like at the opening. I'm like, what is this? But I left it to age. It sat for a few months, and when I picked this bad boy up, oh, we became best of friends. I've been holding myself back from bathing myself in this gorgeousness, but you know, It is both potent. I don't want to waste the juice. It is very pricey, but it's worth having in your collection. Oh, so good. This, again, complex compliment getter, a rarity in the industry, one you have to check out, will last you a long time. If you can get a backup, do as you please. And one thing I will tell you though is I've seen a few remind me of, suggestions on Fragrantica. In my opinion, none of them smell like this. This is a one-of-one type of fragrance. Overture is special. My favorite from the house, closely behind, should I say, Love Tuberose and Guidance. Yeah, this is the number one. It takes a cake. Perfect, especially for now. Fall, the best time to check this out if you haven't. Try to get your nose on it. This is the best from the house. This is Overture by Amouage. And there you have it, my love. 5 masterpieces from 5 luxury Arab brands you gotta check out. Again, please don't feel pressure to try any of these. If I can get alternatives to them, I will definitely list them in the description and note that they are alternatives. But let me tell you, you deserve the finest things in life. Not the finest things in life. You deserve to breathe luxury. You deserve to smell like luxury. You deserve all of these things. They're not far from you. So own it, wish upon it, and it's going to be yours. You deserve it. Now, have you tried any of the fragrances I've listed here? Please let me know in the comments. I can't wait to read from you. And also tell me, what are some favorite luxury fragrances from our brands that were not mentioned here? As always, I want to learn from you, and I'm sure there are also other people who want to benefit from your wealth of information. See what I did there? Wealth, luxury. You got this, you money magnet. Thank you for spending the time with me as always. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, share it with your loved ones, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You are so beautiful, and if you can dream it, you can achieve it. That's what they said. See you soon.